to turn when fair housing laws have been violated. So it's important to know HUD has played a lead role in administering the Fair Housing Act since 1968. Complaints filed with HUD are investigated by the Office of Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity. If reasonable cause is determined, both parties are going to be notified, and then there will be a hearing scheduled before a HUD administrative law judge. It's important to know that when it gets to that point, either party may decide that they have the hearing go through with HUD, or they may elect to have it litigated in federal court. And when that happens, it would go to the Department of Justice, and they would take over the process. But regardless of whether it is adjudicated through HUD, in front of an administrative law judge, or in the Department of Justice, either or, it can be appealed. So the decision can always be appealed at the end of the day. So it's important to know where you file a complaint. So if a client has been trying to buy or rent a home or apartment and believes that his or her rights have been violated, they can file a fair housing complaint. So there's several ways you can do this. You can go online and you can file it directly with HUD through the HUD website. So you see here on your slide that here's the location where you would go. This is also in your manual. You can call toll-free, so you can have, if anybody has a hearing impairment, there's access there. You could print the form, so you could get that form from the HUD website. You can also find that form in your manual, and you can complete it. You can take it to the HUD office if you have one locally, or you can mail it. You have the address here, the DC address, where you can send it. You can also write a letter. If you do that, if you have a client who would like to write a letter, they must include their name and address, the name and address of the person the complaint is about, the address of the house or apartment they were trying to rent or buy, the date when the incident occurred. They should put a short description of what happened. Then they would mail it to the Fair Housing Hub closest to where that person lives. And you can find that at the link provided here. Also, you can also find that in your manual as well. Also know that there's additional resources, the reasonable accommodation request form for tenants, another reasonable modification request form, a reasonable accommodation request form for someone who is already living there for their current landlord. You also have some additional resources, the joint statement of the Department of Housing and Urban Development, as well as Department of Justice on reasonable modifications under the Fair Housing Act, so if you need more information. Also posters in English and Spanish, fair housing posters. So finally, in closing, we want to step back and think, how would you rank your knowledge on fair housing laws now? Do you feel extremely knowledgeable, very knowledgeable, or do you still feel like you need to learn some more information? In summary, fair housing is the law. The general public is very unaware of fair housing laws. Housing counselors should play a key role in informing the public about these laws, and they must know where to send clients when a violation has happened or is suspected. And we are the public trust when it comes to fair housing. Because at the end of the day, we know that everybody deserves a home. Thank you.